Good afternoon. Russ Lambert again with a couple more thoughts I'd like to share. I hope you like it. If you do, I'd appreciate if you'd let me know in the comments. I hope you like the channel enough to subscribe to it and to come back once in a while. Today I'm going to follow up on a previous video about absolutes in life. And in just a minute I'm going to present my second example. Briefly, to establish the foundation I did in another video, and in case you're looking at this and haven't seen it yet, I used the example of an absolute truth being that the four angles of any triangle will equal 360 degrees. This will apply every time, every single time, irregardless of how long each side of the rectangle may be. The degrees of the angles will always add up to 360. I'm also working on the premise that absolutes are frequently the only thing that will stand between an anything goes society in a world that offers even a little bit, even a modicum of stability and decency. To say something is absolute is to say there's no room for any imperfection. There's no room for any impurity, no room for any shortness or any lacking of completeness. Something declared to be absolute truth means it is true each and every time, all the time, not just once in a while. It's true anywhere and everywhere. And I gave the example that if it's true in Nashville, it's true in Oakland, and it's true in Tokyo. Absolute truth is consistent regardless of circumstances, and it is incapable of change or being changed. So with that foundation laid, I'm going to go ahead. Absolute number 2. There are 2 genders. There's not 1. There's not 13. There's 2. Period. God said, "Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the earth and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. That's Genesis chapter 1, 26 and 27. Folks, that's it. Male and female. 1 and 2, end of story. Now let me expand on it just a little bit. The most basic finding of any DNA test is that of gender. Folks, it's first grade simple. If there's both an X and a Y chromosome present, you're a guy. If there's 2 X chromosomes, you're a girl. I got 4-year-old twin granddaughters that can understand that. So why can't everybody understand it? Now I know there's segments of society that's going to call me a bigot for stating truth. But the truth is, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, science says there's 2 genders, male and female. But the thing is, if I question climate change, I'm the one who doesn't follow science. There are not enough surgeries that can be performed to change a guy into a gal, or the other way around. It's absolute, just as much so as 360 degrees is to a rectangle. You can squeeze it, shrink it, stretch it any way you want to, but you can't get around that 360 degrees. Similarly, you can shoot up or swallow enough hormones to choke a horse. You can cut off anything you want to cut off, or you can sew on anything you think you might like to have, but you cannot change your chromosomal makeup. That is an absolute truth, That is science. Sorry, Bruce, you still a guy. We need to come to grips to the fact that there are some things we just don't have any control over. For example, I didn't get to choose my eye color, my hair color. I didn't get to choose whether I was right-handed or left-handed. If I could have been what I would have liked to been, I'd have been 6'4", something like that. I'd have been about the size of John Wayne. I'd have had the hair of Elvis Presley. And I'd have been better looking than Robert Redford ever thought about. But none of this was in my DNA. I had to learn to accept it. And I had to learn how to just play the hand I was dealt. To believe anything otherwise is simply to live in denial. Oh well, till next time, be good to one